I think it's a good idea that you parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever, you should start leaving like a journal or guidebook for your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, because things are going to be radically different as time marches on. And I think right now we live in a very golden age. And I don't think your great-grandchildren, maybe your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, certainly, I don't think they're going to live in a golden age. I hope I'm wrong. Pray to God I'm wrong. But I don't think so. I did some calculations, and you can take this any way you want to take it. But the late Dr. John Pratt, Mormon astronomer, he did a lot of research on the Enochian calendar, and that's a long discussion. I'm not going to drag you through that right now. But I went through his cycles of the Enochian years, 364, and just to cut to the chase, the world will probably have some type of singularity event in the year 2184. What will that singularity event be? I don't know. But everything is pointing at that year. And I think we're in the shockwave effect, even 144 years from that event right now. I think this is reverberating through the history and the timelines right to us. Again, you take it any way you want to take it. But we may not be living the last days, but your grandchildren's children probably will be. And I pray I'm wrong. Pray to God I'm wrong. Let's hope I'm wrong. Having said that, that's why you need to build your own Georgia Guidestones, but not like the ones they had there. But you need to build your own time capsule or whatever that you can pass on to your posterities, what you need them to know, because they may live in a world very differently. They may not have access to the information. They may not have access to the gospel. They may not have access to adequate food and medicine, and they may be under psychological manipulation and mental mind control that we can't even imagine right now. So I urge you, if you're, write it. If you don't have a lot of money, just use a journal, use a book. Write down what you think, how you solved problems, how you prayed, how you saw miracles in your own life, and make sure that that's passed on. That's the most valuable thing that you can leave your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, because they can look back at that journal, that diary that you left for them. And again, you say, well, I'm an older person, I can't do it. You can do something. You can write in a journal. It could be sheets of notebook paper. You may record it on your phone. You may put it on Facebook. But I would urge you to have a written copy if you can, because we don't know what in 144 years at the singularity event, as they moved closer towards that event, what's going to happen. So anything you can do to help your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, not just with investments and things of that sort, but your wisdom that we have in this time period that they may not have access to. They could live in an authoritarian world that we can't even imagine. So we have to preserve that now for them, so they can know about freedom, self-determination, the freedom of the gospel, knowing about God, knowing about Christ, knowing about the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Upanishads, the Buddhist Sutras, whatever it is that you want to pass on. But I think Pratt was right. We're in the fifth cycle, 306. The Enoch book of it, the Enoch, the calendars of Enoch are 364 days. That's what each year is, 364. It's a long story short, in mystical biblical ideas, each day to God is 1 year to us. So what Pratt calculated was, just so you know where I'm getting this from, there was always this mystery, like Joseph Smith never could tell us when he had his first vision. I think that was deliberate. I think the Lord clouded his mind to hide that year. Pratt figured it out. The day Joseph had his first vision was April 20th, 1820. And if you go back 5 Enochian cycles of 364, you'll get to the birth of Christ. So adding that forward, we're in the final cycle. This is the final dispensation, we've been told over and over again. So that puts us that from where I'm speaking right now, there is exactly 144 years left. That number should mean something. 144 years left to what I call the singularity event, which is in Pratt's calculations of the Enochian cycle, is in the year 2184. The year 2184 will be the singularity event. Pass something on to help them.